Hello, my name's Tom Hazelden. I'm the online coordinator for the A+ online course, and I'm just going to show you how it works. So now we're in WebEx. This is the program we use to conduct webinars. But first of all, what I'm going to show you is the standalone sessions, the self-study sessions. And to do that, I'm going to share my desktop within WebEx, which is a very good feature of the program, because it allows the teacher to show students what they've got on their own desktop. So here we go. So first of all, I would log in to the A+ English 360 web address. I log in using my email address and my password. And this is what the students would see when they log in. They can see the courses that they're enrolled on. And in this case, we're enrolled on the elementary course. So all we would do is click on elementary course, and we will be taken straight to that course. We click on Get Started. And this is the lesson for the elementary course, the first lesson. And it's Living for the Weekend. So there's a short introduction to the topic. And as part of the introduction, we're asking students to tick on the places that they usually go at the weekend. So perhaps I like going to the cinema, I maybe go to a restaurant, maybe I'm sporty, maybe I go and play football. And this is just an opening activity to get them used to the topic. So none of this is marked, but you can see that the cinema, a restaurant and football is highlighted because that's what the student has selected. Now the next topic in here is a listening exercise. So we're going to listen to Julie talking about what she did last weekend, and then we're going to complete the exercise after that. So I'm just going to press on that.
I had a really good time last weekend. On Saturday, I got up early and I went to the park. I met my friends James and Nat there. We played football for a while, and then we bought some ice creams to help us cool down. Then we didn't know what to do, so we decided to go to the cinema. We watched the new Batman film. The film was very good, but really I wanted to see a different film. We tried to go to the disco, but we didn't go because it was very busy and we didn't have enough money. But we saw some other friends of ours and we ate some lovely chicken and chips in a restaurant. On Sunday, I worked out a little in the gym and then I stayed at home. I made some dinner and did my homework, and I studied for an exam on Monday. What did you do at the weekend?
Okay, so the students listened to Julie talking about her weekend, and now the exercise is asking them to drag and drop the places she mentions into the gaps. So what did she do first? So if we say that she went into town and she met her friends, and I think she mentioned the cinema, so let's put the cinema in there. And then she maybe went to a restaurant, and she mentioned the disco as well. Even though she didn't go, she mentioned it, so let's pop that in. No, the first thing was the park, wasn't it? So if we get anything wrong, we can swap these over. So the park was the first thing. And then what did she do? Did she play football or go to the gym? If we say she played football, and then maybe she stayed at home and then went to the gym. Now we've completed the exercise, we can press submit. We got quite a few wrong in that exercise. I wasn't listening properly. If we've got any wrong answers, we can press clear wrong answers, and it says, are you sure you want to clear your wrong answers? Yes, we do. And you can try again. So you can put more things in and then press submit again. If you just want to try the whole exercise again, you can press clear all the answers. and that will completely reset the exercise so you can do it all again. Now the next exercise, it's Julie again. It's the same listening from before, but we're asking students to notice the way we talk about the past. So we'd listen to Julie again, and we'd read about the grammar to do with that exercise. So that some verbs are regular and we add ed, and some verbs are irregular as well. So these examples from the listening, we're showing them. So I worked out in the gym. That's something Julie did. I stayed at home. So they can relate the grammar to what they've just heard. And here we're asking them to look at these things, these sentences, and write the past of these verbs in the gap. So they would select there, and they would write washed, maybe lived, so tidy. Oh, tidy is an odd one. Tidied. And we really enjoyed. And then we press submit, and we'll be able to see if we got them right. And we did well. We got them all right this time. And this is a pronunciation listening. So we're asking the students to listen to this and see how it's pronounced. A very good thing about the A+ online course is that we've got native speakers in these listenings, so students can hear how it's supposed to be pronounced. And we do have lessons on pronunciation as well. So let's listen to Neil, one of our teachers, talking about how we pronounce these words here.
Watch, watched. Watch, watched. Wash, washed. Wash, washed.
And the gap in here is for students to repeat what they've just heard.
Play, played. Play, played. Live, lived. Live, lived.
I think you get the idea. And again, there's another bit of grammar here. If the present verbs ends in T or D, then we add a syllable. So again, want, wanted, want, wanted. And students can listen to that, they can repeat it and learn. So this is talking about irregular verbs, and students here are matching the phrases. So they're matching the present and past verbs in the sentence. So this would be the past, and this would be the present. So the example here is done for you. I had a really good time last weekend, and I have good times at the weekend. So one's the past, one's the present, we're matching them. So I got up early. What's that? I get up at 7 AM every morning, and you see those two are now matched. I went to the park. I go to the park in summer. And again, those are matched. And we can submit that and see how we did. Now, we didn't submit all of them, so it's telling us here that you didn't match all of the items. So, you know, if we wanted to match them, we would choose clear wrong answers and we'd try again. But the ones we matched, we did well. We got them right. And this is an exercise about questions. To ask a question in the past, and it's giving them examples about how to write questions, and then it's asking them, asking the students to write the questions in the box below. So, did you play football last night? Did you watch Big Brother on TV last night? Did you go to the cinema last night? Because it's asking us to make a sentence, a question with go. Did you eat pizza last night? And that's our question with eat. And again, study. So we'd write the questions below. We would click submit. So those you can see are now set in stone. And the teacher would get a message saying that a student has submitted some writing exercises, and the teacher would mark those. And they do that by clicking the feedback button at the top and writing in there. So, well done. You wrote those questions well. Submit feedback, and the student would get an email saying that you've got some feedback on your lesson. Go and have a look at it. Now this is again another speaking exercise. So it's about negatives, and it's saying, no, I didn't play football last night. No, I didn't watch Big Brother last night. And there's a listening here that has those questions, and it's asking the student to form a negative response. So the first one is an example.
Did you go to the cinema last night?
No, I didn't go to the cinema.
And the next one.
Did you eat at the new restaurant?
And the next one asks the student to reply. And they can practice that how many times they like. And the final exercise is again a writing exercise. It's asking them to reply to a message in their Facebook. So it's asking them to use some regular past verbs, some irregular past verbs. It's asking them to use didn't and to ask a question. And again, students would write in the box and the answer would be marked by a teacher. And finally, we have a forum attached to all our courses here. So students can write in the forum. They can say what they liked about the lesson, what they found difficult, what they enjoyed. And also, if they've got any questions they need to ask their teacher, they can do that in the forum. So let's go to the forum now. So yeah, the forum. That's a message from me welcoming them to the course, and also a post on the past. So I'm saying, how was your lesson on the past tense? What did you learn? Do you have any questions? And students would be able to reply in there saying, I found the past confusing. I didn't understand why regular and irregular verbs are different. Please explain. And they'll be able to post that reply, and I will be able to, or a teacher will be able to go into there and explain the past in greater detail. And it's also a good tool for teachers to pick up on things that students have found difficult. So at the end of the week, when they have their face-to-face lesson, the teacher can address those. So we've done our lesson, we've submitted our course, the teacher will be marking that, and we have a look at the calendar on the home page, and we can see that the elementary course has a lesson tomorrow at 9, a scheduled face-to-face lesson, and that's using WebEx. An email is sent to the student to say that they have a lesson. So let's have a look at my email, and you can see here, A+ English via Cisco, invitation to WebEx meeting. So let's have a look at that. A+ English is inviting you to this WebEx meeting, and what the student will do is click join, when the lesson is due to start, and they will be taken into the webinar. So let's go back to the webinar. So I'll stop sharing my screen, and the student's video, the video of the student, would appear on this screen. So you'll be able to see me, and you'll be able to see any of the students here as well. There's also a chat box they can use, so if the teacher asks them to do any writing within the lesson, that could be done in the chat box. And they've got a choice. They can either send it to the whole class, because many people will be in this webinar, and you'll be able to see the videos of each person. You've got a choice to send your chat message straight to the teacher with no one else seeing it, or you can just send it to the whole class. So it's very interactive, the webinar lesson. You're interacting with the teacher, obviously, and the teacher is teaching you a lesson, addressing any issues that happen when people are doing the self-study lessons, but also it's a chance to interact with the other members of your class as well, to see who those people you've been chatting in on the forum, what they look like, and so it's not like you're on your own doing this course. It's a very interactive course. You do feel part of the community and part of the A+ online course. It's part of the school. So yeah, that's my presentation on the A+ online course. If you have any questions, you can email me on tom@apluscenters.co.uk. Okay, thanks very much for watching.